Hello and welcome to ShowMeAcademy.com. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to change the default home page in Microsoft Internet Explorer 7. When you get your computer from the factory and you open your internet browser, your Microsoft Internet Explorer for the first time, it's almost always set to some home page, usually something that reflects the manufacturer, or maybe it's set to msn.com, etc. But it's rarely set to whatever it is that you would most like to have as your default home page. So we're going to go through the options that you have for changing that, and there are actually several different ways that you can set this up. First of all, what we're going to do is move up to the Tools menu, and I'm going to click on this and go to Internet Options. When I open that up, you'll see that this opens up the Internet Options window, and the first tab is the General tab, and we're actually going to be using the first item at the top of the General tab, which is specifically designed for home page. Now, I've already changed my home page once before, but I'm going to show you that even if you change your default home page, change your home page, you never actually lose whatever it is, whatever the value was that they put in as the default when it came from the factory. So if you wanted to get that value back, you can always get it back merely by clicking this button, Use Default. When I do that, it takes me back to the value that was set from the factory. You'll see that this computer came from Dell, and I'll click OK, and I will go back and click on Home, and when I do that, it's going to pull up the Google page, but it's the Google page that is co-branded with Dell, which I definitely didn't want, and that's why I chose to change it. So to change back, I'm going to go back to, well, first of all, I'm going to go back to the previous page I was on, and then I'm going to go to Tools, Internet Options, and instead of clicking Use Default, I'm going to say Use Current. In other words, any web page that you're on the internet, you can use as your home page if you so choose. The easiest way to do that is to navigate to that page and click on Use Current. So when I do that and I click OK, now no matter where I go on the web, when I click back to my home page, it's going to bring me back to my default Google page that I've chosen as my home. You have other options still, so we will click Tools, Internet Options, and go back to the home page section on the General tab. And instead of Use Current or Use Default, I'm going to use Blank. Now this could be rather handy, especially if you have a home page that's taking a lot of time to come up and you really don't want to wait for that time. Instead, you can use Blank, and you click OK and click Home. It just simply takes me to a blank page. Obviously, that doesn't take any time to load in the browser, and I can go anywhere I want on the web from here if I so choose. Finally, there's one other option that can be quite intriguing for your home page if you are using tabbed browsing. And you'll notice it says to create home page tabs, type each address in its own line. So I'm going to type the Google address, and then I'm going to type the Yahoo address, and for good measure, I'll type the MSN address. And you see, as it instructs, I've put them each on their own separate line, so it will view them each as a unique entry. And I'll click OK. And once I've done that now, if I click Home, it's actually going to simultaneously open 3 tabs that go to whatever 3 pages it was that I chose to be my home pages, or my home tabs, if you will. So I have Google, I have Yahoo, and I have MSN. So that can be handy if you want 2 or even 3 pages to always come up in different tabs every time you click the home key. That concludes this tutorial. and thank you for using ShowMeAcademy.com.